So chapter 1 of the Lippy Green textbook went over the linguistic facts of life. So the first linguistic fact of life is that all languages change over time. There's no sort of language standard because language is always adapting and changing with the speakers. So the second linguistic fact of life that goes along with the first linguistic fact is that all languages have the same linguistic potential. So what that means is that all languages have the intrinsic ability to change and adapt their vocabulary as it's needed. So, for example, if there's like a new scientific field or some new phenomenon that a group of people is observing, the language has the ability to adapt so that the speakers can describe the things that are going on around them. So the third linguistic fact of life is that grammar and communicative effectiveness are completely different things. So in a language, there's what's socially constructed as grammatical, but linguistics also see that anything that has a communicative effectiveness is also technically grammatical. So if a sentence makes sense to a speaker, even if it's not technically grammatically correct, then it's still grammatical because the idea of what the speaker was trying to get across is communicated. So the next linguistic fact of life is that written language and spoken language are very different things. So everybody has the capacity to learn a spoken language. It doesn't require, for children, it doesn't require a lot of instruction, but written language requires a long-term sustained effort to learn how to write, and all written language is planned and different than spoken language, which is more spontaneous and doesn't require a lot of instruction to obtain. And the last linguistic fact of life is that variation in language occurs in every language. So a lot of this is just because of geography. When people are spread out, they start speaking differently. And sometimes language variations can be used as sort of like a marker of identity, a marker that you're in a certain community. But yeah, once people spread out, language variations start occurring. So yeah, that is chapter 1.